Good evening, everybody. This is a special episode of the Off the Record podcast. I am not with James today. This is going to be a solo video. I'm going to be doing a down the line predictions for the Patriots schedule. Now, a couple of weeks ago, me and James did an episode of the podcast where we did predict some of the NFL records for the season. But there has been both developments since then, and I want to go into more detail on my thoughts about specifically the Patriots record, considering I'm a Patriots fan and I think I have more knowledge on that specific team. So we're going to get right into it. Now, a couple of things I'll mention beforehand. One, since the last video, A.J. Brown has gone to the Patriots. The Vrabel drama has died down slightly, and we've seen how players in the Patriots have reacted to training camp and other off-the-field things. Therefore, I'm going to factor that into my predictions. I'm going to start now with Week 1 against the Seattle Seahawks. So, the Patriots will be playing the Seahawks at 8:20 on Wednesday, Week 1. This is an away game for the Patriots, and I have a kind of a hot take here. I do think the Patriots will win. I think they're going to be very motivated to beat the Jets, to beat the Seahawks after that loss in the Super Bowl. I think that they're going to be quite annoyed. I think Drake May specifically, because he didn't have the best game in that Super Bowl, is going to say, "This pissed me off. I want to get in." I think A.J. Brown's going to have a lot of fun because he's going to be like, "Oh my God, I don't have to play for the Eagles anymore." So he's going to be happy about that, which will give Drake May can throw the ball to him. I think that it's going to be a good game. And I think that the Patriots have a very good defense, which can slow down the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks did score 29 points in the Super Bowl, but it is true that some of those were defensive points. And secondly, the Patriots, for most of the game, didn't allow a single touchdown. They allowed 5 straight field goals, sure, but when the defense constantly has to go on to the field, they're going to be tired. And only allowing field goals is not that bad for a defense that was on the field most of that game. So I have a 27-21 victory for the Patriots. Next is the Steelers. This is a 1 o'clock game. It is week 2, and it is home. We played them last year. Week 2, I think. We actually lost, but I will see a page. No, we didn't. Did we lose? We might have, but I don't know if it was week 2. I think it was week 3. But I don't think we're going to lose this year. I think it's going to be a 34-16 game. I don't think the Steelers are going to be very good this year. I think Mike McCarthy is just a worse version of Tomlin. And I think that he's a more offensive-centric version of Mike Tomlin. But the Patriots have a very good defense. So I'm not worried about the Steelers scoring a lot of points on us, which is why I have that 16. And because Tomlin's not there to really motivate that defense, I think we're going to be able to score a lot of points with the 34. So that brings the Patriots record to 2-0. Next, week 3. At the Jags, 1 o'clock. I have a loss here for the Patriots. Now, I don't think this is going to be a show of how we would play against the Jags in maybe a playoff game. But I have them as a loss 17-19 because I think that the Jags are going to catch us off guard. We haven't really played the Jags before in a long time with their new offense and their new defense. And I think that the fact that they had such success last year is emblematic of the fact that I think that they could make a deep run in the playoffs. Do I think they'll make a deep run in the playoffs? I'm not sure about that, but they definitely could. I wouldn't be surprised about it. So I think that we're going to have a surprise loss here. We're going to lose 17-19, but I think that we can bounce back from this. Week 4, we're not going to bounce back. I think we're going to lose to the Bills. This is an away game against the Bills. I think we'll probably split the series with the Bills. I have 25-26. I think that Josh Allen's going to be cooking. I think he's going to be in the zone. I think that the Bills are going to start off really hot this year. And I think that will give the Patriots some troubles. I think it'll be a very close game, but I do think that the Bills will run away with it. Now, I'm going to go on a quick one. I'm going to do 2 quick ones. Week 5 and week 6, both home games, both 1 o'clock, Raiders-Jets. I have 41-13. And then I have 33-17. Both of those being wins, as those are both not very good teams. While Mendoza likely will not be playing week 5. If he gets in, it's not going to be week 5. So I'm not really worried. The Patriots defense is extremely elite. I'm not worried about Kirk Cousins. So that brings us to 4-2. Now, week 7, Bears. This is a very similar game to the Jaguars, but I think we're gonna take this one. I think the Bears are just a luckier team last year than the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars actually showed some real talent, while the Bears, while are very good, and I do think have chances to make a run this year, are a more luckier team. And I think at some point that'll run out. I think the Patriots have been very good at finishing out games this season, and I think against a team like the Bears, who thrives on their teams not finishing out games and taking advantage of that, is going to have an easier time against them. So I have that as a win. I have it as a 28-24. It'll be close. Then I have the Dolphins. This is at the Dolphins, so it's slightly closer because the Patriots have never really been good in Miami. But 31-24. Dolphins are not going to be very good this year. I'm not worried. Then Green Bay Packers. I have a win here, 21-18. This could be a little bit surprising to some people, but I think that the Patriots are just better than the Packers. While the Packers have Micah Parsons and they have a very good defense, I think the Patriots have a slightly better defense, and I think the Patriots definitely have a better offense. I mean, A.J. Brown is better than any Packers wide receiver. Drake May is better than Jordan Love. I would argue Hunter Henry is better. So maybe not our O-line. Our O-line might be worse, but you know what? We are improving our O-line. Hopefully, we can see rookie development from last year. So I do think that we will get the win, but I think it'll be close, 21-18. This was, again, it's a home game for us, so I think that gives us an advantage. But you know what? This is definitely a toss-up game. Then, Week 10, 9:30 game, Germany. Actually, I'm not sure if it's Germany, but I do know that it is a non-US game. This is against the Lions. I think we're going to have a bad loss here. I think it's going to be a 17-28 loss for the Patriots. I just don't think the Patriots are used to playing foreign games. I haven't really gone in a lot of foreign games in the last couple of years. I think that the Lions have had more foreign games in the last couple of years. And I think that the Lions are going to be a very, very strong team this year and have a lot of vengeance from last year's choke job. So personally, I think that the Lions are going to be able to catch the Patriots off guard and allow for them to get a quick win. Then Week 11 is our bye week. I think there's going to be some good time to rest up and get some and to lock in for the next couple of games, as we had just lost to the Lions at this point. And then I think Week 12 against the Chargers, Sunday Night Football. It's going to be an away game against the Chargers. I think we're going to play really good, and I think we're going to get a 31-21 victory. Now, some people might say, oh, the Chargers probably aren't going to lose by 2 scores. Maybe, it could be a close game, but I think that the Patriots are going to be so motivated from the fact that they lost to the Lions by 11 points and that they just come off their bye week, and they're going to be healthy, they're going to be ready to play. I think that they're going to be the stronger team in that game, despite the fact that the Chargers are home. And you know what? The Chargers don't have an extremely strong fan base, so I'm not really worried about the home edge here. Then, Week 13, Bills. As I said earlier, I think we're going to split the series. This is in the Bills. It's 425. It's home for the Patriots. I have a 28-17 victory. While that might seem a little bit like, 2 scores, I think it'll just be like quick points by the Patriots at the end. I think it's going to be mostly a close game, but I think the Patriots will pull through at the end because I think that that home edge will give the Patriots that needed continuation to allow them to win the game. So that would put us at Week 14. Vikings, I think this is our first real domination game. I have a 49-14 victory against the Vikings. This is a Thursday night football game, and I just don't really see what the Vikings are going to do. J.J. McCarthy probably might be starting if Kyler Murray isn't doing well. If Kyler Murray's starting, I'm not really scared of him considering how good our defensive ends are, and that's really been Kyler Murray's struggle. He's not very good at getting out of he's had issues with the O-line. The Vikings O-line isn't great, and I think that the Patriots have a much better offense than the Vikings have a good defense. So I think that we're going to be able to score a lot of points, and I think there's going to be a lot of defensive points too. That's why I have so many points here. This is their highest scoring game of the This is the Patriots' highest scoring game of the season, by the way. Then, Chiefs, Monday Night Football, Week 15, at the Chiefs Stadium, 21-15 win. I think the Chiefs will lose to the Patriots. I think that the Chiefs will not be the good this year like some people predict. I think that the Chiefs will go like 10-7, 11-6. They might make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to make a deep run. I think that this is the end of the first Chiefs dynasty. I think that there's definitely a possibility that the Chiefs can lock in the future and make some other runs. But I think that Travis Kelce getting old, Patrick Mahomes coming off of the injury, he's not going to be as good this season. I think that, all of the off-field problems with Rashid Rice and all their other players who constantly are getting arrested, I think it's going to make some major locker room trouble, which could just ruin the vibe. And while I still think the Chiefs are going to be good, like I said, 10-7, 9-8, 11-6, they're not going to be at the same level. And I think the Patriots are going to be a level slightly above that, which is why I have it as a close game, 21-15, because it is in Arrowhead, one of the hardest stadiums to go to. But I still think the Patriots will be able to pull through. Then, Jets at the Jet Stadium, 1 o'clock, 35-13 win in Week 16. I don't see how we lose to the Jets. Pretty self-explanatory. Last time we played the Jets in their home stadium, Drake May had the greatest PFF rating of all time for a quarterback. He went 256 yards and 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. I believe he only missed 2. He only had 2 incompletions. Then I have Week 17, Denver. I think we lose. I think that it'll be now it's to be determined. We don't know when this game, what time this game will be played. It is in Patriots Stadium, but I think that Denver's going to go in. They're going to have a lot of vengeance from last year because Stidham was playing instead of Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is going to be very pissed. I think a lot of the Broncos, I think Sean Payton specifically, is going to be very annoyed as they feel like they almost got robbed, feeling as if Bo Nix didn't get injured, they would have won that game. I disagree with that fact, but I think that they will definitely think that. So that psyche needs to be needs to be thought of, and I think that will put them slightly over the edge. The Patriots with a 21-20 victory for the Denver Broncos. And then Week 18, Dolphins, home stadium, obviously to be determined on when this game will be played, but the Dolphins will not be good this year, and this will be in Foxborough, Week 18. I don't think the Dolphins have any chance. I have a 42-17. Now, this could be closer if Malik Willis is playing really good for the Dolphins, but if he's not, which I think he will play good, I just don't think he'll play to the level of the contract that they gave him. I hope I'm wrong. I like Malik Willis, but I don't think he's going to play at that level just because the Dolphins don't have a very good supporting cast for him. I think that the Patriots will be able to get a runaway in here, and I think that they're going to be playing for the division this weekend, if not at least higher seeds in the playoffs. So I think they're going to have to play their starters. So I think that a very thorough win will be important for them because they are going to be attempting to get higher positioning. But at the end, and if we tally all of it up, that is a 13-4 record for the Patriots. I think that'll be enough to win the AFC East. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to win the AFC outright for the first seed. I don't think it will be, but it will definitely be close. So if any of y'all watch this and you want to comment your predictions for the Patriots, I would really like that. I'm a little bit biased, obviously. I'm a Patriots fan. I mean, I predicted them at 13-4, while a lot of other people are saying 11-6, 10-7, seeing that regression from last year, considering that they did have a very easy schedule. But I just disagree with that, and I think that there are reasons to believe the Patriots could be even better this year. Maybe not record-wise, but definitely production-wise, considering the pieces that they've brought in. But at the end of the day, it is slightly subjective. We don't know, and the only way we will know is after the season is over. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.